Yeah. With
And I still don't have that jingle because Christina was supposed to be she's supposed to be the jingle voice, and
I thought it was already recorded.
Well, we were supposed to do it that night, and she got too drunk.
She got too drunk
to talk. Okay, I got too drunk to remember to record her. That's what I meant to say. It made for some great, mommy and daddy tree sex talk, though.
I don't understand that as a sentence.
What? No, from last week. Remember we were talking about seedless things, and I was just like, so the mommy tree and the daddy tree.
Okay.
Yeah. The whiskey was leading that Undebeatables.
Yeah.
There's a first for everything, right?
Yeah, so just prepare to...
It'll be great.
It'll be perfect.
Y'all motherfuckers don't watch us play throughout the year, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna be real with you, and I don't care if I get fined.
I got my sweet journey rice with some strings on.
That train is off the tracks.
Who doesn't love the bouncy castle?
Hitler.
Just prepare to... just prepare to be awash in unbeatable goodness.
Welcome, Pacers fans. You were listening to the Undebeatables, your semi-weekly Pacers podcast. Today is January 30th, 2022, and this is episode 569. Coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana, I'm your host, Joey Gaffrida, the man behind the dials and season ticket holder. Former season ticket holder. This show, we're going to discuss a 1-3 week for the Pacers with games against New Orleans, Charlotte, OKC, and Dallas. Joining me this show are all three of our analysts, coast to coast, like buttered toast. First, from the high school home of Jamison Brewer, Silver Spring, Maryland, it's the doctor, Jason Triplett.
What is up, Pacers fans? What is up, Undebeatables? Shout out to all my Bengals fans, friends out there. Congratulations. Hopefully I didn't just drop a spoiler, Harper. Sorry.
Nope, I'm good.
So the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, huh?
Who are they playing?
We don't know yet.
Uh-huh.
Well, shout out Bengal Nation. Apparently you exist.
We assume.
Yeah.
Nah.
Do they still do the Icky Shuffle?
I don't know, but Icky Woods presented Paul Brown with the trophy, the AFC Championship trophy.
Nice.
Won today, yeah.
Nice. From Morehead City, North Carolina, he's our in-house bartender mixing up the drinks and the crappy jingles, John Colson.
What is up, Pacer Nation? What is up, Undegooglables? Long week. Oh, Undebeatables. Whatever. Whatever you guys are. We were just talking about the Undegooglables.
You are also Undegoogleable.
You are also Undegoogleable. It was a long week in Pacer Nation, and so started off with a drink. You've earned it.
And from Boise, Idaho, out west, it's our enforcer, John Harper.
What is going on, fellas?
Before we start the show, we'd like to remind listeners they can support the longest-running Pacers podcast by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables. You can support... That's us, by the way.
You can Patreon
It's
somebody
very generous
else.
of us to
Right.
just give an ad for
Yeah.
another pod.
You can support us for as little as $1 per month, and some of the patron levels get you access to our Slack, where you can join in on the bemoaning of what is going on with this organization. You can pile on with us by heading over to patreon.com/undebeatables. Before we get into the rest of the show, I'm going to say Happy Chinese New Year, Happy Lunar New Year. It's coming up Tuesday, It's the year of the tiger. We're just coming off the... Yeah. That's a good one.
Cat.
So,
Yeah, I was playing cat or baby.
oh, nice. That was a cat. You're right. You are correct. So, shout out to everyone who celebrates that. Be hanging out with family and eating food and wearing red is what we do.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
So, as I maybe alluded to at the beginning of the show, or if you watch Pacers basketball, you know the team is not looking so hot right now. Pacers went 1-3 this week, and that one was a generous win by the New Orleans. First game of the week, Monday, January 24th, Pacers take on the Pelicans. And Sabonis is out. Brogdon's out. Of course, Turner is out with his stress reaction. Was that what it was? So he's out.
I think all of Pacer Nation has a stress reaction.
Yeah. Watch the game. The highlight of the game, Dwayne Washington Jr. drops 21 points, going 7-12 from 3.
Gummy Bear!
Right? Gummy Bear is not afraid to shoot. You gotta love him.
Nope.
There's no fear.
Karis LeVert had a decent game, but Devontae Graham and Josh Hart ate their lunch. Nom nom nom. Pacers lose. Game 1 of the week. Game 2, Pacers headed to Charlotte. No, I'm sorry. Sorry. This was at home.
Yeah.
Wednesday, January 26th, at home, mind you. Pacers allow Charlotte to score 158 points in regulation to our 126. Kelly Oubre picked up 39 from the bench. Lance Stevenson got a double-double, which was great. Jeremy Lamb got tossed. We did not play defense, and we played some offense, but doesn't matter when you give up 158 points in regulation. So that game happened.
That was the most points given up this season in the NBA, I believe.
Yeah. Friday, January 28th, third game of the week. Pacers head to Oklahoma City, and this was the one they won in overtime, 113-110. Sabonis sort of is back from his injury. He missed the first 2 games of the week. He picks up a triple-double. Justin Holiday, 22 points, some highlights there. But this game, to me, was 2 teams trying to let the other one win, and the Pacers they finally accepted the invitation for OKC and took that one at the very end. Last game of the week, Pacers take on Dallas, head down there, and Rick Carlisle with his semi-homecoming back to his previous franchise, and Pacers do them a solid, giving a win to Dallas, 132-105. Sabonis had a good game, 21, 15, and 8. Dwayne Washington Jr. again, firing all cylinders, 22 points. Luka Doncic, that guy's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So if we could summarize that in a short poem, Colson, what would you say about this week?
Well, this is the Haiku Life Champagne of Poems corner. Uninspired play on dull great court. A late win still feels like it matters.
Disagree.
Yeah, I disagree. What makes you think that it matters?
And that matters in the wrong way.
I mean, I guess.
So, okay, first of all, the Thunder's court is awful. Like,
It's bad.
It
is.
They're
I thought
orange
something
and
was wrong with
blue.
my
Like,
TV.
it's awful. It's just gray and dull and uninspiring. And then, second of all, I was just happy.
Really, it's
for
a metaphor for their
Yeah, it's pretty fitting, actually, when you say
Maybe
it like
it's super
that.
fitting. But then, as far as the game goes, these guys have lost. Our team has lost like every close game all season, and I was just happy for the guys to get a win. Now I know that there was like a 3-on-1 where the Thunder couldn't get a layup. I understand that it was basically only Sabonis and Justin Holiday refusing to lose, but and everybody else was just kind of trying to take a nap. But we pull one out in overtime. Have we won a game all season in overtime? Maybe one other one.
One or two.
Sure.
Yeah. And I was just happy for the guys that they won a close game. Because sometimes you need a pat on the butt.
Yeah. We also
Yeah,
effectively.
that's if you're trying to win games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did effectively double up our road wins for the season in the past 10 days with this one.
Yeah.
We're up to 6.
That's good.
There we go.
That's solid.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, this game, boy. Boy. So, yeah, let's just start there since that's where we're
Long
at.
stretches of no one scoring.
Long stretches of no one scoring. At one point, OKC was up by 16 in the middle of the third quarter, and you're looking at the names on the court, and you're like, Dort, sure, I've heard of him, yeah. And then there's Robinson Earl, he's doing things. Mike Muscala made an appearance.
Yeah.
And made some noise.
Isn't he a football player?
Maybe he also is. I don't know. And then Pacers crawl their way back. Credit to them, mostly due to OKC's inability to make baskets. But anyway, they crawl back in, and then down the stretch, this was the first time the Pacers tried to throw it away. They missed 4 free throws, 4 consecutive free throws down the stretch. Have 3 massive turnovers in the last 2 minutes.
Just throwing it to the other team.
Somehow OKC still can't just win the game. And then we get down the stretch, go into overtime, and then give up an 8-0 run just to start the whole thing. And then somehow, again, OKC just can't make baskets. And so we crawl our way back in, chip our way away. And then we're up by 1. OKC's got the ball. We make a defensive stop. But OKC pressures hard, as they're supposed to do. Pacers panic because we're not going to get across the half-court line within the 8 seconds. So just throw the ball to the other team.
Yeah, we just threw it wildly up court with no
just chuck
target
it
at all.
Just go, no plan. Just chuck it.
If you're going to do that, throw it as high in the air as you can, don't you?
And as far away.
What's happening?
And then OKC, yes, you're right, had a 3-on-1. And my man Baisley, who could have just laid it in, decides to pull a Ben Simmons and toss it off to another guy who misses a shot from a foot away.
Yeah.
A foot away.
And then they get the tip.
And then they get the offensive rebound. And then they still can't score. We had no business winning this game. We had no business at all.
They wanted it less than we did, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, we beat them on the glass 75-49. They sat people named Derek Favors because he's too good for what they're trying to do right now. He's not injured. They just don't want to play him because they might accidentally win a game. And it still took us OT and a bunch of luck.
Holy shnakies.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
And then the rest of the week, well, I didn't see the Pelicans game, so you guys have to fill me in on that. But
I don't watch the Pelicans
Dallas
if Zion's
game,
not out there. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I assume. But the Charlotte game and the Dallas game had a similar feel to them, which was the Pacers held it tight in the first half and then just refused to play the game of basketball in the second half and got blowed out. In the Dallas game, they had cut it to 2 with about, say 3 minutes left in the second quarter and then gave up a 10-0 run to end the half.
Yep.
And then just let the bleeding continue after halftime. And eventually we're down by 27 at some point.
Down to just that huge 3 right at the buzzer, and it was just we're down 12 or whatever it is, and it's that's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah. But there was a very nice tribute to Rick Carlisle, and
that was one of my highlights of the week.
That was the highlight of the week. What was your other one?
Well, yeah, you had another.
We had a moral victory by winning in Oklahoma City. An actual victory? I don't know.
Even our actual victories aren't even victories.
Yeah, the tribute was very moving. Got Carlisle all choked up. Maybe that's why we didn't have any energy in the second half.
Yeah, that's why we gave up 132. Guys were just overcome with emotion.
What about okay? Here's my third positive of the week. What about Terry Taylor? Fun name.
Sure. Yeah.
Double T. Guy's worked his way into the NBA by going through the G League. We picked this guy up, and he's making an impact. He's out there hustling.
He's a good
trying
rebounder.
hard. What's that?
He's a good rebounder.
He's a good rebounder. In fact, he was taking some of Isaiah Jackson's minutes because Carlisle says he doesn't make as many mistakes because he's just a polished kid. So, because that's really, because clearly it's the Isaiah Jackson's turnovers that are the reason we're losing by 50.
For sure.
Yeah. And, to the extent that is the problem, wouldn't this be the time to work it out by having him on the floor?
Yeah. He lost his minutes one game, and then they split him the next game. But, I don't know.
Goga has joined the ranks of...
Yeah, Goga lost all of his minutes.
Yeah.
Well, no, he got his foot stepped on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's joined the ranks of injured Pacers who don't want to play.
No,
Right. Because he had that. The first two games of the week, I thought he was pretty effective. He's effective against Pelicans. And
So did you watch the Pelicans game, Colson?
I watched the recap on that one.
He was not that effective. Jonas Valanciunas goes 16, 12, and 6 against our big.
Oh, no, Harper, we're not effective defensively at all against anything. We gave up 158 and 132 this week. I mean, we could give up on effective on the defensive end because that's not something that we care about, apparently. I thought he was fine offensively.
We could have 87 points and a half.
So,
yeah, that's amazing.
And Jason, you were saying that like the Charlotte game and the Mavs game were similar in the sense that we kept it close early. We were not. I mean, we were able to score enough early. I mean, these weren't tight games. We weren't keeping anything. We have zero defensive pressure on anybody at all. We lack precision on defense, and we're not putting pressure on anybody. I mean, it's horrific to watch. And we're putting up enough points. I think we're averaging like 108 or 9 a game this season. That should be enough to win us more than 18 games, but we can't defend our way out of a wet paper bag.
Yeah, no, if you look at the shot chart from the Pelicans game, there's just all of the action on the Pelicans shot chart is like around the basket.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like inside the restricted area. Like we don't keep anybody out of the lane or away from the basket.
And when Miles Turner's not out there, once they get there, we also show no resistance.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean that was what the Charlotte game was. It was just a layup line. I mean, it was just insane. Also, a 3-point layup line.
That one was.
Yeah.
The Charlotte game in particular was just guys just slicing through our defense. Just uncontested layups throughout the whole
or just
game.
handing it off to a guy who's wide open to dunk it. Yeah.
It's like I'm open, but this guy's more open.
Yeah, the Charlotte game that was just kind of ridiculous. The New Orleans game. I mean, again, they're without their best player at Zion, so that's another team where we're just getting yoked on by a bunch of young kids who you may or may not have heard of, and Jonas Valanciunas.
That's not good.
It's not good.
I mean, what I saw was, all week was just people playing harder, being hungrier. The pace of the Mavs and the Charlotte is something we just couldn't even keep up with. I mean, clearly defensively, but we also just couldn't. You run out of steam. You can't match it basket for basket. So we're not talented enough offensively and we're showing no resistance defensively, you're going to lose a lot of games that way.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, you look at our lineup, and I'm trying to cut this team a little bit of slack because like there is a lot of injuries on this team. Like we're missing, from game to game 3 to 5 members of our starting lineup, right? Like, and we play 3 to 4 rookies significant minutes every game. Like, there's gonna be mess up on the offense. Like, we're averaging. We're bordering on 20 turnovers a game or something like that. Like, yeah.
It seemed like so much more.
But the thing that is more disappointing, or that you expect to see out of these guys, is like just massive effort on the defensive end. Like, look at the OKC team. Like, for all of their faults and like whatnot, like they work their butts off at least on the defensive end, right? Like, for the most part, I would say they don't have a lot of great individual defenders or rim defense or like anything like that, but they're trying.
They've got
they're
Dort
trying their butts off.
and other guys who run around behind him.
Yeah. What did you guys think? That was my first Josh Giddey experience. I was quasi impressed with his ability to see the floor and create some things. Looks like he's going to be in the league for a while.
He's a good player.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just he's going to be one of those guys that's going to be on a decent team for a long time.
Oh, that reminds me about the OKC game. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rolled an ankle early in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we still couldn't. And then they went on like a 15-2 run or something against us, like without their best player. Yeah, so there was that other wrinkle. I forgot to put that as part of my recap of the ways in which we threw that game away.
Yeah, I mean, even in that game, unless we had Sabonis and Holiday on the floor together, we were just way worse than them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not a great sign because they're not very good.
And I mean, kudos to Sabonis, who's coming off a busted ankle and played over 40 minutes and looked like a very
great.
dominant.
Couple blocks in there.
Yeah,
shooting
the three-pointer
bunch
pretty
of
well,
rebounds
and
with guys all over him,
Yeah.
And then played quite well in the back-to-back, like the next night against Dallas.
Yeah.
Until he didn't have to come back in the game in the fourth quarter because we were down by like a gajillion.
And that's with the Mavs just unabashedly throwing 3 guys at him every time he touched the ball.
Yeah.
because he's our only offense.
Yeah.
When are we
100%.
going to shut him down for the year? Is it about time?
I mean, not before the All-Star voting's done.
Okay, that's fair.
He's got an
That's
outside chance for that.
I feel bad. He's statistically having an amazing year.
He's just a monster.
Yeah, he's getting triple doubles. Like double is almost a given. Just he had 18. Was it how many? He had one game. He had 18 boards, just 20 boards. I don't know. It was something.
That was the OKC game. He had 24, 18, and 10 to go 2 steals and 2 blocks.
Yeah. So, but our the standings count for some portion of the All-Star discussion. So, the rest of the team's not helping him there, or anywhere else really.
Yeah. Well, and Joey, one of your favorite statistics until Nate Bjorkgren came and ruined everything was that the Pacers, won their home games. They were always above 500 at home, and this week the Pacers dipped below 500 with that loss to Charlotte.
And we're just
12 and 13
unstoppable
at
on the
home.
road now. So
And the aforementioned 6-20 on the road stand at 18-33, which is a .353 winning percentage. 7 games out of the play-in, and 7.5 games ahead of the Orlando Magic for last place in the entire league.
on pace to win right about 30 games.
Yep. This week the Pacers have 3 home games, so get a chance to get back above 500 here. Get Joey in a happier place. Monday, January 31st, hosting the LA Clippers. Unfortunately, Paul George will not be playing, so we cannot boo him constantly. I mean, we still can. But I don't think he's traveling even. So. Wednesday,
He'll know.
We're already into February, and we host the Orlando Magic that day, so we can put some distance between ourselves and them, or close the gap the other way. And then Friday, playing the Chicago Bulls. So essentially, that's a road game, but it's at home.
Right. There's going to be an awful lot of ketchup in that mustard.
Predictions?
Come on, 0-3.
You're going 0-3? I'm thinking we can definitely win that Magic game at home.
I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
I'll take this. I'll take the sweep.
Joey, ever the optimist.
We're gonna beat Chicago, are we?
Sure.
So I was looking up the. I was saying we were averaging about 108 points per game. We're averaging 108.6 points per game, which is 16th in the league. But we're also giving up 110.7. We are 20th in opponents fast break points per game. We are 25th in opponent points in the paint per game, and we're 26th in opponents shooting percentage, and 28th in opponents free throw attempts. Nice, good stuff. Things aren't going well. So we're basically we're guarding. It's not we're guarding without fouling. We're fouling constantly.
We're fouling without guarding.
Yes, we're fouling without guarding. Essentially, that's right. We're fouling without guarding and letting people shoot at a very high percentage because we're not in front of them. I really did. I mean, I did notice that this week that there's just a lack of discipline on staying down on guys. There's just we a lot of our defenders just are jumping up and down around guys, and it's not real effective.
4-point plays are not cool,
It's like they press the block shot button too much in the video game.
That's right. So really a lot what it looks like.
I felt like, they're refereeing a little bit. They're calling these fouls differently now, and we're still getting hit for the 4-point plays. Stay away from those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we just adopt a strategy of just let them score, and then that way our guys don't get in foul trouble, on a few possessions, at the end of a football game when you let them score so you can get the ball back.
Sure, yeah.
That'd be good if we could score. Yeah. We can change. We can trade baskets for a whole half, is what we've learned.
Yes.
But not a whole game.
No, and definitely not when it gets down to the last 5 minutes. All right. Well, okay. Harper's on the bad sweep. Colson's on a 1-3. Joey's on a good sweep, or a Pacers winning sweep. I guess I'll take 2-1. A confusing 2-1 week where we beat the Clippers and the Bulls, but lose to the Magic.
Nice.
I like that prediction.
I feel like that's the best outcome we could have. It's at least the most entertaining, at least.
Who won last week's prediction?
Jason.
I did.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, you get the pog or whatever we're passing around the table.
Excellent.
I think he already had it from the week before.
Yeah.
I keep picking sweep, so I'm essentially just out.
You're never gonna see that pog,
just
my
forfeiting.
friend.
No.
I don't know what a pog is.
Yeah.
So Harper is the new. So the defend without fouling was that was Smash Math, right? Mm-hmm. From the Vogel days. Is the foul without defending? Is that the new Smash Math?
I mean,
where you make a box and do some addition instead of when you're multiplying.
It's a box plus 0 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Box -1.
Right.
You thought if anybody would
a box and a guy tying a shoe.
and 4 guys on crutches.
Yeah. All right, team. Well, we'll be back with you on Thursday, and we'll be discussing Pacers basketball for at least a little bit, and we have lots of other stuff going on Thursdays as well. You can find us on social media. We are on Twitter at Undebeatables. We're on Facebook.com/TheUndebeatables. Our website is TheUndebeatables.com. There's a contact form there. You can use that to send us a message. You can send us an email. Shout out at TheUndebeatables.com. And we've got a web store at the website /store.
So I've been working on a nickname for Isaiah Jackson because it's Harper's new favorite Pacer. And we kind of talked about ledge and stuff last week, but I think I'm just going with Iggy.
You may need to explain that one to me.
I mean, it's like IJ, but it's not. It's Iggy. I kind of like it.
Okay.
And then Terry Taylor, double T. Gummy Bear. Anybody?
Gummy Bear. Just call everybody Gummy Bear. Gummy Bear
GB2.
Gummy Bear. Gummy Bear Jr.
That would be really funny if Dwayne Washington Jr. was Gummy Bear, but then Terry Taylor, who's not a junior, was Gummy Bear Jr. I'd like that. Maybe we should work on that.
You're in charge of this.
Oh, don't make me in charge of anything, Joey. For the architect, Donnie Walsh, and our once and always Hall of Fame coach, Bobby Sick Leonard. Turn out the lights, the party's over.
That was very Iggy.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Iggy could catch on.
I feel like Iggy is like, you sound like a middle-aged dad that's trying to use a slang term, and you don't quite know what it means.
Can you use that in a sentence?
I feel like there's some sort of cream I need for my Iggy rash.
Yeah, there we go. I feel like he's gonna yeet or something.
Oh man,
We'll keep workshopping Isaiah Jackson.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Or we'll just name all Pacers Gummy Bear from now on.
It's fine.
Gummy Bear 1, Gummy Bear 2.